First story. It's a quiet Saturday morning. The boy walks into the kitchen holding an empty cereal bowl. Dad, are we rich emotionally? Yes, financially. Dad opens the fridge. It's empty except for one sad-looking yogurt. We're yogurt rich, so not rich. Depends. If your dreams are lactose-free, we're thriving. The boy blinks. But I want a mansion with a slide and a chocolate fountain. Same, but right now, we've got stairs and tap water. So, dreams on hold. Nah, dreams are free. Just add imagination and pretend the couch is a sports car. The boy sits on the couch. Does this one have Wi-Fi? Only if you pay the rent, buddy. Next story.
Operation Snack Heist started with silence, which was suspicious. Kitchen door creaked open. A tiny hand reached for the top shelf. Then crash. A cookie jar shattered like his hopes. A voice echoed from the hallway, calm, too calm. So, just stretching on the counter at midnight? There was a pause. Yup. Doctor said it's good for growth. A long sigh. And the cookies? Emotional support. He held up one half-bitten chocolate chip like it was a medical certificate. She walked in, arms crossed, trying not to laugh. Well then, let me prescribe you a broom. He blinked. Side effects may include cleaning up this entire mess. Midnight snack denied. Mission failed. But hey, at least the cookie was good.
Next story.
It was just a normal evening. Dishes clinking. TV on low. The smell of microwaved regret in the air. The kid, full of chicken nuggets and curiosity, turns to his dad and asks, "Hey Dad. Do you think I'm like you?" The man doesn't respond right away. Just sips his soda like a man who's lived too long and seen too much. Then slowly, he sets it down. And says, "Well, you do leave socks everywhere." The kid nods, hopeful. "And you do forget everything I tell you." Still smiling, innocent. "And you also think cereal counts as dinner." "Okay, so I'm like you," the boy says, grinning. The dad pauses. Looks him straight in the eyes. "No, son. You're like me if I had zero ambition and terrible aim in dodgeball." The smile disappears. The kid goes quiet. Even the microwave beep sounds offended. "But I'm good at video games." The dad pats his shoulder. "So was I. And look where that got me." Silence. Long. Awkward. Deep. Then the kid whispers, "Do I at least have your hairline?" The dad pulls off his cap. The kid gasps in horror.
Next story.
It was a lazy Sunday. The smell of laundry and fear hung in the air. The kid, chilling on the couch, playing Roblox, casually asks, "Dad, are you scared of Mom?" The man, who was sipping coffee like life was normal, suddenly stops. Stares at the wall. Like he's seen things. Then, without looking over, he says, "Son, let me tell you a story." The boy blinks. "There was once a brave warrior," the dad continues, "who fought off deadlines, taxes, and a raccoon in the garage. But nothing struck fear in his heart like forgetting her birthday." The kid snorts. "Come on, Dad. Be real." The man finally turns. His eyes distant. Voice low. "I fear no man. But that woman has a memory like Google and the aim of a sniper." Silence. Even Alexa shut herself off. The boy whispers, "Did she hear that?" The man doesn't move. She hears everything. They both sit there. Quiet. Respectful. Terrified.
Next story. It's bedtime, lights off. The boy whispers from under the blanket. Dad, do ghosts brush their teeth? From the doorway, Dad blinks. What now? Think about it. If they don't eat, why do they even have teeth? Maybe to scare dentists. The boy pulls the blanket tighter. What if my room is haunted? Dad walks in, sits on the edge of the bed. Then that ghost's real unlucky. Imagine haunting a room full of dirty socks. Do you believe in past lives? I do. You were probably a cat. That explains your nap skills. The boy giggles. What about heaven? Dad looks up at the ceiling. Heaven is where nobody asks for snacks after bedtime. Silence. Then, so are you going there? Only if I survive raising you. Next story.
It was a quiet afternoon. The kind where the Wi-Fi's just slow enough to force conversations. The kid, laying upside down on the couch, blurts out. Dad, have you ever, made a mistake? The dad blinks. Looks up from his newspaper. Yes, a real one. Like it's 1993. Without flinching, he says. Once. Summer of 2004. The boy sits up. Interested. Excited. I bought a $30 inflatable pool, the man says. Didn't read the reviews. Didn't read the box. Didn't even read my wife's face when she saw it. The kid raises an eyebrow. It exploded in 7 minutes. A squirrel stole the patch kit. And your mom made me return it. To a store that doesn't accept returns. The kid laughs. Okay, but a real mistake. The dad stares into the distance. A long pause. Too long. Then, he whispers. Son. Once I thought I could assemble IKEA furniture without the manual. The boy gasps. What happened? The dad sighs. You slept in a crooked crib for 2 years. Silence. Even the dog walked away. The kid swallows hard. So I'm a mistake. The man shrugs. No, son. You're just a consequence.
Next story.
It started out so innocent. The kid, munching on dry cereal straight from the box, looks at his dad and says, Dad. One day. I want to marry someone just like Mom. The dad freezes. Cereal spoon midair. Eyes wide, like he just saw his credit card bill. He puts the spoon down. Very slowly. Then leans in. You sure about that, son? The kid nods, smiling. She's smart, funny, pretty. The dad interrupts. And emotionally unpredictable. Can smell lies from across the house. And once reorganized the entire kitchen. Because one fork was in the wrong drawer. The kid blinks. She's just passionate, he says. Passionate, the dad laughs. She made me apologize to a plant once. The kid gulps. I mean, she loves you. The dad stares into the void. She also loves watching true crime. And pausing it. To say, I could totally get away with that. Silence. The fridge hums ominously. Still wanna marry someone like her? The dad asks. The boy hesitates. Maybe, a little like her. The dad nods. Good. Then also marry someone who forgives fast. And hides your snacks less. The boy smirks. Is that why you married her? The dad grins. No. I married her. Because she threatened to tell my mom I cried during Titanic. The kid gasps. You cried? The dad shrugs. She let go, man. She let go.
Next story. The boy lies on the floor, staring at the ceiling. Dad, do you think? We're all just characters in someone else's story, Dad, sipping his coffee. If that's true, I hope I'm not written by a teenager. The boy frowns. I'm serious. What if free will is an illusion? Dad nods thoughtfully. Then that would explain why I still do your laundry against my will. The boy sighs. No, I mean like, what is the meaning of life? To clean your room, the boy groans. Can't you be deep for once? Dad puts down his cup. Fine, life is like socks. You always lose one and the ones you find never match. The boy stares at him. That's oddly accurate. Dad shrugs. Told you, I contain multitudes. Next story.
It was one of those rainy days. No internet. TV stuck on an infomercial about air fryers. The kid suddenly turns and asks, "Dad, why is Mom always mad lately?" The man, sipping his black coffee like it was a fine wine, didn't even look up. He just nodded once and replied, "Because back in the day, I fell in love with her smile. Not her emotional regulation skills." The kid nodded like that made perfect sense. Then came the follow-up. "Why did she throw a slipper at you yesterday?" This time, Dad gently put down his mug, stared out the rainy window for a moment, like a war veteran remembering the front lines, and answered, "Because I accidentally said she looks cute when she's angry. Like her mom." The room fell silent. Even the wind outside paused. The dog slowly backed into the hallway. Then the kid asked, "Are you afraid of Mom?" "No. For real. I'm afraid of losing control of the TV." That's it. Silence again. The dog sighed. And from somewhere, another slipper took flight.
Next story.
The mysterious math mistake. The math test came back. 57 plus 22 equals fish? A long pause. He blinked. That's what I saw in my head. Another pause. You saw a fish? Yeah. A big one. With glasses. He looked smart. Silence. She stared at the paper. He smiled with false confidence. It's called creative math. Oh, really? She said. And what's 2 times 4? Depends. Are we talking regular 4s or emotional 4s? The mom inhaled deeply through her nose. You know what's coming, right? He nodded slowly. Flashcards. Flashcards. Can I say goodbye to my weekend first? Nope. And just like that, the smart fish swam away, replaced by multiplication drills.
Next story.
It was a typical school night when the son declared, I forgot my homework at school. The mom raised an eyebrow but stayed silent. Next day, the same excuse popped up. Mom, I left it in my locker. But then, the mom caught him scribbling on a napkin. That's not homework, she said. He grinned. It's a backup plan. Mom smiled. Nice try, but no backup can save you now. As she pulled out an old homework from last semester, the son's eyes widened. How do you even have this? She laughed. I'm your mom. I never forget. The son sighed. Okay, I'll do it. That night, the homework finally got done. Lesson learned. Mom's memory is stronger than any excuse.
Next story.
I'll do the dishes later, chill, he mumbled, glued to his phone. A few hours passed. Silence. No sound of water. No clinking plates. Suspicious. She walked into the kitchen. There he was, headphones on, dancing in front of the sink like he was in a soap commercial. Literally. Soap everywhere. The floor? A skating rink. The dishes? Half done. The sponge? The missing in action. Are you washing or throwing a foam party? He froze. Suds dripped from his elbow. One plate slipped and crack on the floor it went. He gasped. She didn't. Congratulations, she said. You've upgraded to vacuum duty. He opened his mouth to argue. Say one word, she added, and laundry's next. Mouth closed. He cleaned like it was the Olympics. She watched, arms crossed, sipping tea like a judge on a cooking show. The floor sparkled. The dishes shined. The phone? Confiscated. That night he whispered, "Can I have my phone back?" Of course, she smiled. Right after tomorrow's windows. Silence. She sipped her tea. He stared at the soap bottle like it had ruined his life.
Next story.
Jake had been banned from snacks after eating an entire bag of cookies before dinner. But he had a plan. 2 a.m. like a tiny ninja, he tiptoed into the kitchen with a flashlight and a backpack. He opened the cabinet, stuffed it with chips, candy, and one sad banana to make it healthy. Suddenly, click! Kitchen light turned on. Mom stood there, arms crossed, holding her phone. I had a motion sensor installed. Jake froze. I was testing it, she added. Didn't expect to catch a snack thief on night patrol. Jake tried to act innocent. I was hungry and doing science. This is nutrition research. Mom smiled. Well then, scientist Jake, I've prepared your lab materials. She pulled out a giant raw broccoli, a glass of celery juice, and a book titled How to Love Vegetables. Next morning, Jake was back at the table, munching lettuce like a sad rabbit. He whispered, "Next time, I wear camo."
Next story.
It was Monday morning. Jake curled up under the blanket, groaning dramatically. Mom, I think I have a fever and a sore throat. I can't go to school. His mom walked in with a thermometer, raising one eyebrow like a detective. Oh, really? Let's check. As she placed it under his arm, Jake stealthily pulled out a hairdryer from under the blanket and turned it on low. Just a little more. Beep. 103.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Jake beamed. See? I'm really sick. Mom smiled sweetly. All right, stay home. I'll take the day off work to take care of you. 5 minutes later, she returned with a massive bowl of onion porridge, freshly squeezed orange juice, a tray of bitter herbal medicine, a cold towel, and a 200-question test prep booklet. If you're home, you might as well review your lessons. Also, no TV. And if you don't finish the porridge, I'm calling the clinic for an 4. Jake stared at the chaos like he'd seen the end of the world. An hour later, he appeared at the door, fully dressed. Mom, I feel much better now. I'm going to school.
Next story.
Jake came home from school looking suspiciously cheerful. A little too cheerful for someone who just had a math test. His mom looked up from her phone and asked casually, Mom, so how was your day? Jake shrugged like a professional actor. Jake, it was fine. Totally normal. Nothing to see here. Then he disappeared upstairs faster than usual. 15 minutes later. Mom, Jake, I just got an email. Silence. Then footsteps. Jake peeked around the corner. Jake, from who? Mom, from the school portal. Apparently, the Wi-Fi auto-synced your grade report. Jake's eyes widened. Jake, shocked, wait, Wi-Fi snitched on me? Turns out, he had tried to block the grade sync by keeping his phone on airplane mode. But he forgot to turn it back on after getting home. Rookie mistake. Narrator, his grade? A glorious D+. Mom, calmly, don't worry. I've printed out every single math worksheet from 5th grade to now. Jake panicked, but I'm in 8th grade. Mom, exactly. We're building from the roots. Narrator. A few moments later, Jake sat at the kitchen table, staring at a mountain of printed worksheets. Jake, muttering to himself, next time, I just study.
Next story. The boy walks into the living room holding a banana and a serious look on his face. Dad, if monkeys eat bananas, does that mean I'm one step away from being a monkey? Without skipping a beat, Dad closes his laptop. Well, depends. Do you also fling your socks across the room and scream when asked to shower sometimes? Then congratulations, you're halfway there. So evolution is real, very real, especially when I see your room slowly evolving into a jungle. The boy narrows his eyes, but if I eat salad, does that make me a rabbit? No, that just makes you someone pretending to like salad. And if I eat fish, am I secretly a dolphin? More like a confused land mammal with snack cravings. Pause. So, who invented this food chain thing? A very hungry caveman who got tired of berries. Respect. Next story. The boy walks into the living room looking serious. Dad, if I become a billionaire, will you still love me? Dad lowers his newspaper, raises an eyebrow. That depends. Are you planning to replace me with a robot butler? The boy giggles. Maybe, but you'll still get to visit. Wow, so generous. Will I need an appointment? The boy nods thoughtfully. Yeah, my schedule will be full. I'll be running a pizza empire. Will your empire have pineapple pizza? Of course, it's revolutionary, Dad sighs. Then I'm disowning you, Dad. Pineapple on pizza is where I draw the line. Beat, but what if the robot butler likes it? Then I'm suing your robot. Next story.
One lazy Sunday morning. The kid walks into the kitchen, rubbing his eyes, holding a half-eaten banana. He looks up and says, "Dad, is Mom a superhero?" The dad looks up from his coffee, raises one eyebrow. Slow sip. Then puts the mug down and says, "Oh, absolutely. But not the kind you're thinking." The kid lights up. Like, she can fly. The dad nods slowly. She flies, off the handle. When someone leaves the fridge open, the boy tilts his head. Can she go invisible? Only when it's time to do group projects at school, the dad says. She vanishes and reappears. With snacks and moral support. The kid grins. What about super strength? The dad points at the trash bin. She carried 8 grocery bags in one hand, while yelling on the phone, and unlocking the door with her foot. The boy gasps. Whoa. Yeah, the dad adds. And her most powerful weapon? What? The glare. The kid pauses. Oh, that one hurts. The dad nods. It can stop time. Erase memory. Make grown men apologize for things they haven't even done yet. The boy leans in. So, she's like a level 10 boss. The dad grins. Son, your mother is the final boss. And I'm just the guy who refills her coffee.
Next story.
It started when the boy whispered. In that tone like he just discovered something big. He leans over and says, Dad, I think Mom's spying on us. The dad doesn't blink. Doesn't move. Just sips his drink, slowly. Then, without even looking at the kid, he mutters. She's not spying. She already knows. The boy freezes. Knows what? The dad stares into the distance. All of it. The boy leans closer. Like, the snacks I took. The dad nods. Before you even opened the cabinet. The game I played instead of homework. Watched it live. The boy's eyes widen. She doesn't even have TikTok. She doesn't need it. The dad whispers. She has. Mom sense. Is that like Spidey sense? Worse. It comes with receipts. Pause. But how does she actually know? The dad looks around. Leans in even closer. You see that smart speaker on the counter? Yeah. She talks to it. It reports back. No way. The dad nods gravely. And your teddy bear? Hidden mic. The kid clutches it in horror. Even my tablet? The dad whispers. Son. Nothing with a screen. Is truly yours. The boy stares blankly. So you're saying she hears everything? The dad sighs. No. She heard everything. And already made a PowerPoint about it.
Next story.
It was Saturday. No school. No stress. Just cereal, cartoons, and chaos. The boy's been staring at his dad for 5 full minutes, like trying to solve a mystery. Then finally asks. Why did mom even marry you? The man, half buried in the couch, eating chips for breakfast, doesn't blink. Just shrugs. Budget cuts. The kid looks confused. What? Back in the day, he says, still chewing, she wanted a tall, handsome guy with a six-pack and a boat. But the economy was tough. So she settled for this. He points at himself proudly. The kid stares, jaw slightly dropped. Then comes the follow-up. Does she ever regret it? This time the man lowers the chip bag, sighs deeply like he's carrying emotional damage from 3 decades. Every time I ask her to share fries. Outside, a bird hits the window. Even nature couldn't handle that burn. The boy slowly turns back to his cereal, whispering. Guess love is blind.
Next story.
Mission clean room failed. Jake was on the couch, gaming like the world depended on it when his mom peeked in and said, "Go clean your room. Now." Without looking up, he replied, "I'll do it in 5 minutes." 5 hours passed. The door creaked open. She stood there, stunned. "Are you building a museum of laundry in here?" "It's not a mess. It's organized chaos. There's a sandwich in here with a beard. It's vintage. Adds character. And something just moved under those socks. We don't talk about him." She took a deep breath and calmly stepped back. "You leave me no choice." He froze. "Wait, don't bring out the vacuum army." "No. I'm calling Grandma. I'll start cleaning." 2 minutes later, the room was spotless. 'Cause nothing motivates like Grandma.
Next story. The boy walks in, holding an empty cereal box with a dramatic sigh. Dad, is life just one big box of cereal that runs out too fast? Dad looks up from his coffee, unimpressed. Only if you keep pouring half of it on the floor every morning, but seriously, first it's full. Then you blink, boom, empty, welcome to adulthood, son. Except the cereal is money and the milk is time. So is growing up just realizing you can't have unlimited cereal? That and no one refills the box but you. Harsh, he stares into the box like it's the void. And what about the toys? There used to be prizes inside. Yeah, that's called hope. Enjoy it while it lasts. I miss the toy more than the cereal. We all do, kid. We all do. Next story.
It was 10 p.m. Dark. Quiet. The hour of secrets and hidden chip bags. The boy sneaks into the kitchen, catches his dad mid-bite. Mouth full of Doritos. Eyes glowing like he got caught cheating on his diet, again. Wait. You told me I can't eat snacks at night. The man freezes. Looks down at the crumbs on his shirt. Then slowly turns around like a movie villain who's been discovered. I did say that, he admits. Then why are you eating? He puts the chip bag down gently, like it's made of gold. And says. Because son. When you grow up. You don't eat for hunger. A pause. He leans in closer. You eat. To silence the screams. The boy backs away slowly. Even the fridge light dims in fear. What screams? The dad doesn't blink. Adulthood. The chip bag crinkles in the silence. The boy turns around, walks back to bed. Questioning everything he thought he knew about snacks. And life.
Next story.
It was a quiet evening. Homework done. Dinner burned. The usual. The kid sitting on the floor, organizing Pokemon cards with the focus of a brain surgeon. Then out of nowhere, he asks. Dad, why does mom always win arguments? The man doesn't flinch. Doesn't even look up from folding laundry like it's a military operation. He just says, calm and steady. Because she has something I don't. The boy blinks. What? Screenshot archives. And a memory like a courtroom stenographer. Silence. Then the kid, trying to understand, asks. So, you lose because you forget? The dad finally turns, makes full eye contact. No. I lose because I value my life. The room goes dead quiet. Somewhere in the distance, a spoon drops. Even the dog slowly crawls under the couch for cover. The kid nods slowly. Smart.
Next story.
The living room is quiet. Too quiet. The kid, arms crossed, walks up to his dad. Who's peacefully scrolling on his phone. Dad. He says. Yeah. Why is mom always right? The dad doesn't even look up. Just slowly puts the phone down. Looks around the room. Like he's checking for hidden microphones. Then leans in, whispers. Because she keeps the Wi-Fi password. The kid blinks. What? The dad sits back. And the Netflix login. And the pizza coupons. And every embarrassing photo of me in college. The boy gasps. She has power. The dad nods. She doesn't argue to win, son. She argues to remind you that she remembers. The kid gulps. But is she really always right? The dad sighs. Even when she's wrong. She's right. Silence. That makes no sense. That's marriage. Pause. The boy thinks. So when I get married, should I always agree with my wife? The dad smirks. No. Just apologize faster. Even if I didn't do anything. The dad raises one eyebrow. Especially when you didn't do anything.
Next story. It's Monday morning, the boy slumps onto the kitchen table like he just ran a marathon. Ooh, why is Monday so long, if it's only one day? His dad, calmly sipping coffee, glances over. Time slows down when your soul leaves your body. So school is like a black hole, pretty much. You enter at 8 a.m. and exit 7 years older. That explains my back pain, the dad nods with mock seriousness. And that's only 3rd grade, wait till middle school. Do you think Monday feels longer because we're not ready? No, Monday feels longer because Hope goes to sleep on Sunday night and doesn't wake up till Friday. That's deep. That's caffeine. I'm gonna tell my teacher that I couldn't finish my homework because time is an illusion. Great. Let me know when detention becomes a mirage. Pause. Dad, yeah? Can I skip school and study quantum physics instead? Only if you can bend time to turn Monday into Saturday. Challenge accepted.